Hi everyone, Best Draft Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. Sitting next to me is Mike Brenner. This is our daily NBA show. Today is Wednesday the 20th. Man, Mike Brenner, both of us last night almost went 2-0, but that's the way the NBA is. Happens every time, every day. NBA is all about the points and the half points, right, Mike Brenner? It comes to the territory.
Absolutely. And you know what? I look at that when because we both were one bucket away from going 2-0. But you know what? I like the fact that we were in it, so it wasn't like we got blown away.
Right.
So let's have a good night tonight, and let's not look backwards, and let's move forward, because the board's doing okay.
Yeah, still though. That one bucket, at 7-3, I'm flat out kicking ass. At 6-4, at 6-4.
Still respectful though, come on. Yeah.
No, at 6-4, I'm one or two lazy picks away from being under 500.
All right, yeah, I like that. I appreciate that honesty, for real.
All right. Anyway, let's get how's your pinched nerve? It's okay?
Doing yep.
All right, let's get to it. All right, let's get to it. We got 11 games.
Off the DL.
These massive NBA cards confuse the crap out of me. I did make a couple of bets. Let's look at the interesting games. I guess first let's start with Golden State, right? Always interesting. They crushed Cleveland last game. Now, a lot of times when bad teams are off a loss, they bounce back for more than one game, not just two. If that happens here, Chicago, very vulnerable team, could easily see another blowout, huge win by Golden State, or not. What do you think?
Well, I like what you said. They're the kind of team they're built to go, and I think they're built to springboard off of that big blowout. That wasn't a fluke against Cleveland. Cleveland was playing really good ball at the time, won 8 in a row. So I think Chicago, with a lot of drama with Noah, and he's gone, by the way, and they're going to miss his production. And, Rose is Rose, so you don't know which one's going to show up. Butler, love the guy, capable of putting it on his shoulders. Here's my take. It's coaching. I just think Hoiberg hasn't necessarily won this team over yet.
Right.
Not to say he won't. So I think Golden State comes out with their leadership, and I think they really produce, and they're in one of my picks.
Oh, really? All right, we'll give it.
Well, my pick is I have another a teaser, a two-team teaser last night. Produced, came through, and it covered. I like Golden State tonight because if you take 4, that's your typical teaser off of 7. I got it at 7.
Yep, it's 7.
That leaves it at -3. All right, the second team to couple that to make it absolutely profitable. Sacramento Kings.
Okay.
What are you looking at on that line right there?
I am seeing. Well, the thing about teasers though is if you make one pick, you get market-wide best line. With teasers, they have to be from the same book, otherwise it's not a pick, right?
Absolutely.
All right. So let's see. We got 5 dimes, 6.5. There you go.
Okay,
Bam,
so
5 dimes.
It's going to be a 2.5. So Sacramento Kings -2.5. Golden State -3 on a 2-team profitable teaser. I love that play tonight, and I damn near went with Golden State. I'm going to lean on them on the total game, not a pick, but lean on them because I think they're finding their mojo again.
All right, well, listen, your teaser pick last night was perfect because both the sides hit, but both the sides lost straight up, on the ATS.
Absolutely.
So,
made sense.
NBA teasers can be tough. I mean, you think that if Golden State comes to play, they probably win by double digits, right? Why put them in a teaser? Why buy the 4 points?
Well, I think it's an insurance policy. I'm just doing it like that, Pete, and got to go with the gut. And today it said do it, hit it. So.
All right, so those are your 2 picks.
No, that's one play.
Okay, that's one play.
I've got 2 other plays. I got 3 tonight.
I'm telling you, it's really hard to manage all 11 games in one show, but we're going to try to do it. I'll tell you. I'll tell you what I bet on the overnights, right? And as you know, I care much more about the picks that go on this record than my actual bets, whether I win or lose money. The first one, I bet the side and the total in Miami and Washington, and for my bets, it was good because both those lines moved in my favor. But now, if I give them in this show, I'm going to have to take worse lines. I took the under 199. Now it's down to 196.5 or 197. And I took Washington -3. It's now 4.5. And Heritage is hanging 5. Miami, look, I picked against it. They're struggling, right?
Yep. When you just said that, I didn't even talk to you about it, but I knew who you picked because Miami has struggled. And I like your underplay because of the fact they're just looking morbid underneath. And you know who's really just not producing and not earning a paycheck? That Luol Deng. He just comes and goes as he pleases lately.
Sure.
And they're missing Goran Dragic. That's a big, big miss right there.
Yeah, the total is great. Miami, of course, huge under trender. The problem is that the reason the total is so high is that Washington has been an explosively scoring team, although when they played Miami earlier this year, it went under. The thing with Washington is they've just been losing at home. They got blown out at home by Miami, so they are playing with revenge. The question is...
Wall's a little banged up, but he's playing, and Beal's back in, so that thing's liable to take off, but I think you're in a safe spot because of the lack of offense from Miami right now, Pete. I hope you nail them both.
All right, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to hold off on the side, especially now it's moved to 4.5, although Heritage had the 5. I hope my bet wins, but I am going to give the under 197. Right now it's 196.5 or 197. I'll give under 197 in Miami, Washington for my first pick. That might be my only pick, or I might add another one. I don't even know. The show's only half over. Mike Brenner, you have a second pick. What do you like?
Yes, I do. Call me crazy, and I don't know why.
I don't think you're crazy.
Cleveland.
I think you're eccentric.
There you go. Cleveland got their asses handed to them. I think this goes into throwing all the stats out the window and saying common sense and ego. That's why I'm putting my money on the first half of Cleveland.
Okay.
Embarrassed, ashamed, coming off a very good 8-game streak. They're at Brooklyn, who's a freaking mess. They're a mess. They got coaching issues,
1-4
obviously.
ATS since the coaching change.
Yep, but I think what it is literally Kyrie Irving realizes he stunk up the place in the first half, even going into the second half. And LeBron made a statement, said that shows you how far we are away from being a good team. And that was verbatim, word for word. That gets in the head. So I think tonight they explode in Brooklyn. I think they're up double digits at halftime. Got it at -7. I locked in, but right now 7.5 across the board. But I'll go with that. Cleveland on the half, -7.5.
All right, that's one of the games where I have a huge question marks. Question is, are Cavs going to bounce back huge? And I have a little note here. Is this going to be the same as the Nets' recent home game against the Spurs, where the Spurs got an easy cover and it was an easy under? Could easily see that. I actually also did touch the under a little, just a nibble on the overnight line.
There's that $4 bet.
Yeah, at 197. But that line is gotten bet up now to 198.5 or 198. We know that Cleveland is capable of putting up 120 when they're motivated. So I'm not sure what I think about that, but certainly I could see Cleveland with a huge bounce back. So those are your two picks, huh?
No, I got three. I told
you got three.
There's been three occasions on this show where I've had three picks. I went 3-2, and the other time I went 3-0.
All right.
So I'm 5-1 total in the 2 days I had 3.
Just hold on that one. Let me discuss
you might have
my
other
one. Yeah, and then the other thing this is what I bet on the overnight. Again, I'm not sure if I like enough to give it here. I got burned on the under with OKC last night. 212 and a half.
That was so tight.
214. I thought I had it, Mike. There was 199 with less than 2 minutes to go, and
I know. That's how it rolls. Sometimes you think the NBA gods are looking down and go, watch this, I'm going to screw this guy in Costa Rica.
And it's just the fouling. I mean, if it was a tight game, I could understand, but OKC was up by like 10, so I thought they'd just play it out. They didn't get it. Anyway, I'm thinking about taking the OKC under again. I did bet it on 207.5. Now it's down to 206.5 or 207. And you never want to get into one of these patterns where you keep betting the same thing over and over again, and it loses. And then the one time you don't bet it, it wins, and then you're completely messed up. Yeah,
absolutely. That can get in your head psychologically. For real.
OKC's on a back-to-back after a road game at Denver. Charlotte doesn't have much. OKC had been going up big.
I wouldn't say they don't have much. Did you see the Kemba Walker last time? He went off for like 54 points. He had, I think he had a triple-double. If not, he was 1 assist away. That guy's a beast. And I think besides that, they don't have a whole lot. But Kemba Walker, you better look out for him.
Yes, absolutely. The question is, do they have reliable scoring day in the day? But I also did bet Charlotte also plus 10. So I bet Charlotte plus 10. I bet the under 207.5, and I'm not sure if I feel good enough about either one of them to take it here. But OKC, 9-16 over under at home, and they've been doing well with lower scoring games at home, clamping down on defense. So I might give under 207. It's a 207 or 206.5 right now, market wide. I'm not sure. Mike Brenner, give us your third pick.
Okay, I like this pick, and I'm not overextending. I'm seeing value because I think this makes sense, and when I'm done, I think you'll agree. All right, Sacramento Kings are starting to put some things together because George Karl has bonded. All right, with Rondo, Cousins, and Rudy Gay. They have found each other. This is a team that trusts each other. Now, they're going into an absolute bottom fell-out Lakers. I mean, come on, there's nothing even to talk about there. Byron Scott, get the hell out of there while you can, if you can. But with all due respect, the first half was -3.5. All right, Kings are coming off a 4 days rest. All right, they're in every ball game lately. They're putting up big numbers. They're scoring higher than they've ever scored. This team has learned to transition and run. First half is -3.5. I'm going heavy. I'm going 2 dimes, not a nibble. I'm taking a fucking chomp, and I mean that, Pete. 2 dimes on the first half with the Kings, -3.5. So I'm liking all 3 of my plays tonight. I think this board's going to look nice the other direction tomorrow.
You might have something
moving forward.
Lakers have lost 3 in a row. As bad as they are, they've lost 3 in a row ATS. And you're right, Sacramento has won their last 2 in a row. And
4 days rest. Come on now.
Road games in LA can often bring out the better in teams like Sacramento. All right, so you got 3.5. All right, we got 3 picks from you, and now we got 1 from me, and now I just got to decide whether I want to do anything about this Charlotte OKC game. Oh, man.
OKC, same team that bit me by 1 basket at halftime and bit you on that total. You might want to watch out, man.
Might want to watch out. You know what? You damn right there, Mike. I might want to watch out a little bit here.
That's teamwork, baby.
I want to watch out. I'm going to stick with just my Washington under. I'm just this is the one play tonight. So we got 3 picks from Mike Brenner.
Discipline right there.
Discipline, yeah. Well, fear and discipline. Okay. That's the key to not making losing bets. All right, so we got 4 plays, 3 from Mike Brenner, 1 from me. Massive card. We'll be back tomorrow for the Thursday card.
Great show, Pete.
Take a rest after this.
All right.
Whew.